How it ended up there is still a mystery.
The magnificent baobab trees dotting the coastal region are at risk of extinction.
Yeah.
It's interesting how it comes right, it's right at.
From ancient civilizations to peculiar animals, Africa holds much knowledge yet to be discovered. However, with technological advancements over the years and the insatiable curiosity of researchers and scientists, so many truths hidden in this continent have been revealed. In this video, we delve into the realms of shocks and surprises as we show you 20 unsettling discoveries in Africa that will blow your mind. Number 20. The crazy beast. In 1999, scientists made an intriguing discovery in Madagascar when they unearthed a 66-million-year-old fossil of an unusual mammal. This creature, roughly the size of an opossum, displayed physical characteristics similar to those of a badger or a beaver, yet it did not share a direct lineage. Baffled by its anatomy, researchers coined the name Adalatherium hui, combining a Malagasy term for crazy with the Greek word for beast. The most perplexing feature of Adalatherium's fossil was its teeth. While its front teeth resembled those of a rodent with their elongated and curved shape, the rest of its dental structure was significantly different from that of any contemporary animal. Interestingly, Adalatherium defied typical expectations for mammalian limb strictures. While its front legs resembled the standard downward look seen in most mammals, its hind legs were splayed out to the sides, resembling the posture of a reptile. Furthermore, the presence of a large hole at the top of its snout and its size raised additional questions about this peculiar creature. Number 19. The marvelous baobab tree. If we were to speak of a botanical representation of wisdom, beauty, myth, and legend, the Adansonia digitata, commonly known as the majestic baobab tree, which looms over the savannas of sub-Saharan Africa and arid scrublands, would undoubtedly match these specifications. This deciduous tree, ranging from medium to large, is indigenous to Africa and Australia, embodying the characteristics of African climates, ancestral heritage, and belief systems. With its bark and fruit offering more than 300 essential uses for sustaining life, it is the foundation for numerous indigenous remedies, traditions, and folklore, hence earning its nickname, Tree of Life. The baobab tree has the astonishing capacity to live for up to 3,000 years, attaining a staggering circumference of 164 feet and soaring to heights of up to 98 feet. This remarkable tree exhibits a genetic diversity encompassing 9 distinct species, 6 exclusive to the African island of Madagascar. Among the world's most renowned species of this extraordinary gift from nature is the Sagol baobab in South Africa, a Guinness World Record holder. In both folklore and popular culture, the baobab is sometimes called the upside-down tree, due to its distinctive appearance, seemingly standing on its head with roots protruding into the air. Another less commonly used name is the cream of tartar tree, based on the baobab's pods, within which the pulp contains citric and tartaric acids with a sourness suitable for curdling milk and serving as a substitute for cream of tartar in culinary, baking, and winemaking projects. Number 18. Mysterious metal monolith. In the capital of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Kinshasa, a roundabout became the latest location to house a perplexing monolith, joining a series of similar objects that have captured the fascination of science fiction enthusiasts in the United States and other places. These shiny pillars give a sense of wonder because of their striking resemblance to the enigmatic black monoliths famously featured in the science fiction movie 2001: A Space Odyssey, created by an alien civilization. However, the mysterious metal structure that suddenly appeared in Kinshasa ultimately met its Waterloo due to concerns about its origins. In an attempt to uncover its secrets, the residents resorted to setting fire to the 12-foot triangular prism, only to discover that it was hollow, with metal sheets covering a framework. Number 17. Sky Blue Stone. In 1990, an unusual variety of bluestone was discovered in Sierra Leone, West Africa, by Angelo Pittoni, a geologist and archaeologist. He named it the Sky Stone and dated its origin to around 12,000 BC. This remarkable discovery was made in an ancient village outside Freetown, Sierra Leone. The mysterious stone sparked widespread interest, prompting its examination in research laboratories worldwide. The stone underwent rigorous laboratory testing at various prestigious institutions, including the University of Geneva, Rome, Utrecht, Tokyo, and Freiburg, Germany. The Italian geologist believed that this object was truly extraordinary, a peculiar crystal found in the diamond fields of Sierra Leone, bearing a striking resemblance to the pure turquoise seen on some Egyptian priests' pectorals. Analysis conducted on this stone of heaven, as he referred to it, revealed that its composition was unique from any other known gemstone. The Sky Stone exhibited properties similar to concrete or stucco and appeared artificially colored. Interestingly, the residents living in the area where the stone was discovered were already aware of its existence, as this stone-like artifact would occasionally surface during excavations in the region. Number 16. Python worship. The worship of pythons is widespread throughout the African continent, with each region practicing its unique variations of this tradition. In certain areas, severe penalties, including death, are imposed on those who harm these revered serpents. In contrast, in others, pythons are given their dedicated shrines, and a designated priest or priestess is responsible for tending to them, providing animals or sacred milk as offerings. While different customs are known for python worship across different regions, one of the most intriguing ones can be found in northwestern Botswana. In northwestern Botswana, the python is of utmost significance within their cultural and spiritual framework. According to their creation narrative, humanity traces its ancestry back to the python, and the ancient stream beds encircling the hills are believed to have been shaped by the python as it tirelessly sought water. Number 15. Bokoni ruins. The Bokoni ruins in South Africa stand as some of Africa's most remarkable remnants of pre-colonial agricultural societies. Spanning across a wide area of 6,214 square miles, these ruins consist of complex circular arrangements of stone-built homesteads and interconnected towns linked by fortified roads that pass through the slopes of Mpumalanga. While this dramatic landscape has attracted a range of exotic pseudo-historical theories, including notions of ancient aliens or foreign builders, its construction and habitation by various indigenous African groups have been well documented since professional archaeologists began their work in the 1930s. These experts dated the establishment of the site to the late 16th or early 17th century. The central circular structures within this site are believed to have served as the homesteads for the settlement. In contrast, the more complex walls surrounding the central homestead are thought to have functioned as kraals, enclosures for cattle, used by the Bokoni people. It is believed that the Bokoni people employed kraals to create pastures for their livestock, ensuring they did not graze on their crops. The livestock they kept included cattle, sheep, goats, and chickens. The site layout also includes agricultural terracing, which was highly effective in retaining and distributing moisture, thus maximizing agricultural production. Terracing also played a vital role in erosion prevention and preserving the region's high-quality soils. Consequently, these sites witnessed intensive agricultural activities even in steep valleys like the Blaauwboschkraal stone settlement. By the 1830s, the Bokoni homesteads and terraces had been abandoned, a development driven by the Mfecane. During this period, the Blaauwboschkraal ruins were also abandoned, marking a significant turning point in the history of these settlements. Number 14. Hexagonal diamonds. In meteorite samples from North Africa, researchers have uncovered substantial quantities of a crystal that was previously hidden. Some of these crystals are approximately 1,000 times larger than those previously identified. This crystal is known as Lonsdaylight, and much like a diamond, it consists mainly of carbon. However, what sets it apart is its distinct crystal structure, arranged in a hexagonal pattern, leading to its occasional reference as a hexagonal diamond. Lonsdaleite has gained the scientific community's interest because it holds the potential to be even harder than conventional diamonds. This property suggests a range of possible industrial applications. Although scientists have been aware of Lonsdaleite for roughly half a century, having initially discovered it in meteorite specimens, the quantities found were small, with crystals measuring only nanometers. Based on the team's analysis, it is believed that Lonsdaleite formed during a high-energy cosmic collision over 4.5 billion years ago. This collision may have involved a dwarf planet or an exceptionally large asteroid. The intense heat and pressure generated by this collision would have compressed and transformed the folded graphite stored within the mantle of the cosmic entity, releasing a combination of fluids and gases and leaving Lonsdaleite in its wake. Number 13. Madagascar's stone forest. You probably had no idea that Madagascar is home to the world's largest stone forest. This stone forest comprises almost impenetrable limestone formations characterized by spiky gray rocks, famously known as tsingy. Crafted through countless millennia of erosion brought about by wind and water, the term tsingy originates from the Malagasy language and translates to walking on tiptoes, a reference to the razor-sharp peaks of these rocks that would be super challenging to pass through without the aid of human-made walkways and bridges. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, this forest presents a wide range of habitats spanning over 600 square miles. Its desolate stone terrain not only hinders human settlement, but also prevents the intrusion of cattle and the outbreak of fires, which could otherwise pose threats to the various species residing within the park. Within the boundaries of this unique environment, one can encounter an impressive array of wildlife, including 11 distinct lemur species, over 100 bird species, 45 reptile species, various bat varieties, and exclusive creatures such as the fossa, ring-tailed mongoose, and leaf-tailed gecko. Number 12. Ancient stone tools. In 2010, scientists working at the Dikika site in Ethiopia, where an Australopithecine child's remains were also unearthed, reported the presence of cut marks on animal bones dating back 3.4 million years. They argued that these linear marks were created by early human ancestors who used tools for butchering. However, this claim immediately sparked controversy, with some suggesting that what appeared to be cut marks might have resulted from trampling by either humans or other animals. The absence of actual tools further fueled the ongoing debate. Now, a potential breakthrough in this matter may have occurred. In 2011, researchers embarked on a quest to locate the site where the controversial human ancestor known as Kenyanthropus platyops was discovered in 1998. By chance, they strayed off their intended path. They stumbled upon another part of the region known as Lomekwi, near where Kenyanthropus had been found earlier. During this unplanned expedition, the researchers identified what they described as unmistakable stone tools on the sandy terrain surface, prompting them to initiate a small-scale excavation. As they dug deeper, they uncovered additional tools buried underground, including what are known as cores, from which early hominins would strike off sharp flakes. Remarkably, the team managed to reassemble one of the flakes to its original core, proving that a hominin had crafted the tool and subsequently discarded both the core and flake at this specific location. Subsequent excavation efforts in the following year yielded the discovery of nearly 20 well-preserved stone flakes, cores, and anvils used to secure the cores while flakes were struck off. These artifacts were found embedded in sediment layers that facilitated accurate dating, revealing their age to be approximately 3.3 million years. This places these stone tools as much as 700,000 years older than the previously known oldest tools, indicating that our early ancestors had already been crafting tools several 100,000 years before the emergence of our Homo genus. Number 11. Ruins of Gedi. Located in the lush green forests of Kilifi County, Kenya, along the shores of the Indian Ocean, archaeologists have recently unearthed the remains of a 13th century town, displaying a surprisingly advanced level of development for its era. The Gedi ruins offer a lesser-known narrative of African history, challenging the common belief that the continent was inhabited solely by primitive tribes before European colonization. The Gedi ruins cover a significant stretch of land, with the historical town enclosed by two protective walls. It is believed that the affluent residents of the town resided within the secure confines of the inner wall. At the same time, the middle-class population occupied the areas within the outer wall. Also, peasants and less economically privileged communities inhabited spaces beyond the town's walls. Within the town's boundaries stand a mosque, a fort, palaces, and tombs, all constructed in the distinctive Swahili architectural style. These structures are primarily made from plaster, earth, and corals. Additionally, the inhabitants enjoyed access to running water and even had flushing toilets. Number 10. Dendera lights. The walls of the Hathor Temple in Dendera have long been a source of intrigue, sparking various theories and speculations since their initial discovery. These walls exhibit some peculiar characteristics that give rise to multiple hypotheses. Within the temple at Dendera, there are stone reliefs that depict what appears to be a large light bulb used by the ancient Egyptians. This depiction, often called the Dendera light bulb, resembles the early light bulb design known as the Crookes tube. In this depiction, the light bulb features a snake-like figure inside the glass bulb, representing a wavy line believed to symbolize the hot filament. Adjacent to the bulb is a two-armed Gedi pillar, which is connected to the filament and is thought to serve as the power source for the light bulb. Interestingly, this pillar resembles modern-day electric capacitors commonly found in power plants, leading to questions about whether the ancient Egyptians possessed such advanced technology. As suggested by these depictions, the presence of electrical lighting could potentially explain how the hieroglyphs and inscriptions found beneath the Temple of Hathor were created without the need for traditional burning torches. The Baghdad Battery, also known as the Parthian Battery, is an artifact believed to have been created during the Parthian, Sassanid, or Persian Empire periods in Mesopotamia. Some propose that this artifact may have been used to power the ancient light bulb-like devices. Number 9. Homo naledi. In 2013, a significant amount of fossils was unearthed deep within a cave system in South Africa. These fossils were believed to belong to a previously unknown human species, showcasing a surprising blend of characteristics and dating back to 236,000 and 335,000 years ago. This remarkable discovery, comprising hundreds of Homo naledi fossils, represented the largest such find ever recorded on the African continent. The name naledi is derived from the Sotho language, which means star, honoring the location of the discovery, the Rising Star Cave System. These fossils present a distinctive blend of modern and archaic traits, fundamentally reshaping our belief in the origins and diversity within our human lineage. The emergence of Homo naledi highlights a critical point. The narrative of human evolution cannot be perceived as a linear progression from ape-like ancestors gradually acquiring more modern features. Instead, it suggests that multiple human species evolved simultaneously, often coexisting nearby. Numerous mysteries surround the Homo naledi, including questions about how the remains found their way into the caves, the nature of their tools, and the methods of survival, alongside larger-brained species. Homo naledi uniquely blends human and non-human characteristics across its skeletal structure. Certain aspects, such as its hands, wrists, and feet, bear a remarkable resemblance to those of modern humans and Neanderthals. However, other traits take more primitive forms, such as the species' relatively small brain and the structure of its upper body, which share similarities with pre-human Australopithecines and the early human species, Homo habilis. Number 8. Prehistoric cave art. Located at the southern tip of South Africa, approximately 186 miles east of Cape Town, Blombos Cave has yielded a wealth of ancient human artifacts dating from 70,000 to 100,000 years ago. Through meticulous excavations, researchers have brought to light different items, including painted shell beads, double-sided spear points, and fragments of ochre marked with a special cross-hatched design similar to the one discovered on a chunk of grindstone. This pattern also appears at nearby, more recent sites like Diepkloof and Klipdrift, where archaeologists found it etched onto ostrich eggshells. Archaeologists found a marked stone fragment within the excavated materials from Blombos Cave in South Africa. It has taken 7 years of rigorous testing to conclude that a human crafted these lines approximately 73,000 years ago using an ochre crayon. The simple red markings beautify a small flake, roughly the size of 2 thumbnails, which appears to have broken off from a grindstone cobble used to prepare ochre into powdered paint. The cross-hatched lines end so abruptly at the fragment's edges that researchers conclude they were originally part of a larger design that once adorned the cobble. Number 7. Stone Circle. At Missouri, a truly hidden treasure often overlooked in historical accounts, the Missouri Stone Circle site is isolated 7 miles from the nearest town, Asila, and 16.8 miles from the overgrown remains of the ancient Canaanite city, Lixus. Contrary to any notion of being a lackluster collection of rocks, the Mzora Stone Circle boasts 168 extant stones, originally comprising an estimated 175. Many of these stones are of considerable size, with the tallest, locally referred to as eluted, the pointer, towering to a height exceeding 16.4 feet. These stones are distributed across a diameter of 180.45 ft, and there is a substantial barrow at its center. The purpose behind stone circles has fueled a centuries-old debate, with consensus remaining undecided. The theories range from these circles serving as centers for druidic worship to burial sites for revered chieftains, or even landing pads for ancient extraterrestrial visitors. Nonetheless, one of the prevailing and practical interpretations states that stone circles may have functioned as calendars. Number 6. Klerksdorp spheres. Resembling miniature ancient cricket balls adorned with seam-like lines encircling their midsection, the mysterious Klerksdorp spheres were unearthed within pyrophyllite deposits during mining operations in South Africa. These peculiar artifacts first appeared in the 1970s near Klerksdorp, South Africa's northwest province. The Klerksdorp spheres come in various sizes, ranging from a few millimeters to several centimeters in diameter. They exhibit striking precision and symmetry, often featuring concentric grooves or ridges gracing their surfaces. These spheres primarily comprise the rare mineral hematite, causing their distinctive reddish-brown color. The presence of the Klerksdorp spheres has prompted several theories in an attempt to decipher their origin and purpose. One theory states that they are the product of natural geological processes, such as concretion, wherein minerals precipitate and solidify around a central nucleus. However, skeptics argue that the sphere's precision and symmetry challenge all explanations for natural formation. An alternative theory suggests that these spheres might be remnants from an ancient civilization or the work of intelligent beings that once inhabited Earth in the distant past. Advocates of this idea propose that the spheres were deliberately crafted and may have served a yet unknown purpose. Nonetheless, it's essential to note that this theory is speculative and lacks conclusive supporting evidence. While some believe they may have functioned as tools or decorative items, others speculate a more mysterious role, possibly symbolic or ritualistic. Number 5. Oldest African dinosaur. In Zimbabwe, scientists have unearthed the remains of Africa's most ancient dinosaur, which once inhabited our planet approximately 230 million years ago. The dinosaur, named Mberosaurus, measured around 3.2 feet in height, had a lengthy tail, and weighed approximately 66 pounds, as detailed by the international paleontologists responsible for this remarkable discovery. It is believed that this dinosaur, likely an omnivore, consumed plants, small animals, and insects, and it falls within the sauropodomorph lineage, which ultimately gave rise to the colossal, long-necked dinosaurs. This dinosaur also moved about on two legs and had a small head. Its name, Mberosaurus rathi, pays tribute to the Mbiri district located northeast of Zimbabwe, where the fossilized skeleton was found. Additionally, it honors the paleontologist Michael Roth, who initially found fossils in this region. Number 4. Great Zimbabwe Ruins. Located at the core of southern Africa, between the Zambezi and Limpopo rivers, the Great Zimbabwe Ruins are the most extensive collection of ruins in sub-Saharan Africa, south of the Sahara. They are a testament to a civilization characterized by immense wealth and remarkable architectural expertise. Constructed during the 11th to the 15th centuries, Great Zimbabwe served as the residence of a cattle-herding society that also honed their skills in metalwork. While numerous portions of the ruins have undergone some form of restoration, they remain, by a significant margin, the most mind-blowing ancient structures to be found in sub-Saharan Africa. They hold immense cultural significance for present-day Zimbabweans who take great pride in these historical remnants. The great enclosure, featuring its big chiseled walls, soaring stone tower, and intricate chevron patterns, is a testament to exceptional engineering prowess. Number 3. Hidden Chamber of the Great Pyramid. A newly revealed chamber, dating back approximately 4,500 years, has been unveiled within one of Egypt's Great Pyramids. For over 4,300 years, the Great Pyramid of Giza reigned as the world's tallest human-made structure, soaring 481 feet. However, its status as the tallest was displaced in 1885 when the Washington Monument was completed, and today it stands at an approximate height of 450 feet, having lost about 31 feet. The Great Pyramid has captivated scholars, scientists, and amateur Egyptologists for centuries. Despite its age, much of its internal structure remains shrouded in mystery. Recent technological advancements are now aiding scientists in unraveling more of the pyramid's mysterious inner workings. In recent years, non-invasive technology has enabled researchers to uncover a corridor extending 30 feet in length and over 6 feet in width, positioned close to the primary entrance of one of the 3 pyramids at Giza. The purpose of this corridor remains speculative, with some concluding that the pyramid's builders designed it to distribute weight effectively and safeguard the structure against collapse. The ultimate contents or purpose of the corridor beyond its endpoint remain uncertain. Yet, researchers believe it was a deliberate architectural feature. Number 2. Nubian Stone Tablets, 359. A substantial collection of stone inscriptions, originating from one of Africa's most ancient written languages, was discovered within a sprawling city of the dead as in Sudan. These artifacts, referred to as Nubian stones, originate from the site known as Sedeinga in Sudan, renowned for the ruins of a temple dedicated to the Egyptian queen Tiye from the 14th century BCE. These inscriptions are composed in the Meroitic language, the oldest known written language south of the Sahara, but only partially deciphered. This sandy region was formerly a part of ancient Nubia, famed for its abundant gold deposits. Nubia once hosted some of Africa's earliest kingdoms, with a few even reigning over Egypt as pharaohs. The site now serves as a necropolis housing the remnants of at least 80 brick pyramids and over 100 tombs representing the kingdoms of Napata and Meroe. These kingdoms thrived from the 7th century BCE to the 4th century CE, blending the cultures of Egypt and the rest of Africa in ways that resonate in Sudan today. Number 1. The Skeleton Coast, 0 Extending for 311 miles, from the historic German colonial town of Swakopmund to the border with Angola, the Skeleton Coast remains an almost entirely uninhabited and truly wild region. This coastal region derives its name from the scattering of animal bones across its endless shores and the numerous ships that have met their demise along its coastline over the centuries. Along the coast, the cold Benguela current's upwelling generates dense ocean fogs, often called casimbo by the Angolans, which persist for much of the year. The prevailing winds blow from land to sea, and annual rainfall rarely exceeds 0.39 inches, rendering the climate exceedingly inhospitable. In an era preceding engine-powered ships and boats, reaching the shore by navigating through the surf was possible, but launching from the coast was a huge challenge. The sole means of escape involved passing through a marsh extending for hundreds of miles, accessible only through a scorching and arid desert. The coastal terrain primarily comprises soft sand and rocky formations. In the southern section, gravel plains are predominant. At the same time, towering dunes dominate the landscape in the north of Terrace Bay.